and welcome to the Radiant Woman Unstoppable You interview series. In this series, I'm featuring women that are out there with these soul-led missions to really empower other women to live more radiant, happier, healthier, more abundant, and more purpose-aligned lives. And that's what I'm really all about. I'm all about helping multi-passionate, busy women to really holistically create radiant physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental health to transform their mindset and experience that clarity and confidence in their purpose. And in my 12th interview of the series, I'm joined by a really very special guest, Leticia Huddleston, who is all the way over in the US. And Leticia is an emotion code, body code, Reiki practitioner, and she's also the founder of Healing Angels for You. So Leticia, welcome. I'm so happy that you can join me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yes, no, me too. I love sort of connecting with you. And also, I just want to say to the women that are watching us today that I appreciate everyone's busy. So really allow yourself to, receive whatever is coming through and just know that it will, you might have heard some of this stuff before, but it can land in different ways when you're open to it. So grab a tea, a coffee, a notepad, a pen, and pop your phone on silent, minimize any browsers, and just allow yourself that time and space to be present and to receive whatever, gold comes through today. So, Leticia, I love what you're doing in the world, and I wanted to chat with you a little bit further about what it is that, you are doing and what's really on your heart at the moment. So tell me a little bit about that. Tell me what you feel your soul-led mission is when it comes to empowering other women.
I feel like my mission is to really help you tap into your own innate wisdom and power to heal, because we all have this innate ability to heal ourselves, but it's not something that we're taught.
True.
It's we have these gifts that are just kind of waiting to be tapped into. So it kind of reminds me of this quote that says, a healer is not someone you go to for healing, but someone who triggers within you your own ability to heal yourself. And there are no truer words, because the healing comes from within. And so my job as an emotion code, body code practitioner is to assist you with that. It's about releasing your emotional baggage, that we all carry, that we're not even aware is there, and is blocking us from being able to move forward in our life. It's causing a lot of, mental and emotional issues. It's affecting our health, because it's all connected, the body-mind connection.
100%.
And so it's really about helping you tap into that and awakening that power that you already have. So that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
and
love
through
that.
the Reiki as well. Yeah, and Reiki also taps into your energy body. So it also works with that. So it's just another modality. It's a hands-on healing. It's an ancient hands-on healing that works with the body's energy fields, because we are all energy, not just a physical body, as unfortunately most of us believe. Western medicine just kind of tells us that we're just a physical body, and we're so much more than that. It's so important to address not only the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, but as a whole, because we're multidimensional beings.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I'm all about, like that very holistic approach. Because as you said, Western medicine does typically just address the physical. And as we know, there's so much more that goes into it. And I started off doing more nutrition and herbs, and I still do that to an extent. But I know for myself and so many of the people that I work with, as we know, if we don't address some of that self-talk, some of the suppressed emotions, other kind of factors that are sitting there, these limiting beliefs, these stories, and of course, then the things that we inherit from our ancestors, like their stories, their traumas.
Absolutely.
So you're right. There's so much that goes into it. So I love that you do that. And I just want to go back to something else that you said, which is so key as well. It's like really almost just as you said, holding that space for people to realize and kind of, I guess, come back to that truth that, as you said, they're their own best healer, and that we do all have, the body is amazing, as we know. The body's got all these systems, all these buffers, all these things that are always trying to get back into balance. So you're right. If someone's there holding that space for us and leading us back to that truth that we can activate our own innate healing, that's huge.
Absolutely. We hold the power to heal on all levels. And so this work is facilitated through applied kinesiology, basic muscle testing, and connecting to the subconscious mind, which is where all this information is held. And when we bring it to conscious awareness, we're able to release it and move forward and have a more balanced and lead a more joyful, healthy life of purpose.
Exactly. And you're right. And I think so many of the mainstream modalities, really only address the conscious mind, so which, as we know, is such a tiny, minute percentage of it. Like, we've got so much sitting there in the subconscious, which is really dictating how our reality is playing out and what's showing up or what's not showing up.
What's showing up physically, like you said, the issues in the tissues, it's so real, so true. That what we don't address, what we suppress, we don't heal.
Well, that's the thing. And I mean, it comes through so clearly for me. It's like, even at the moment, we're going through this global pandemic. I mean, as we know, one of the worst things you can do is be in the vibration and the energy and the emotion of fear and anxiety and overwhelm and worry. And I mean, diet, it's great to eat well, but, that's in a way almost secondary. I keep getting that more and more. It's like, that's kind of, you got to do that. But it's really, as we know, because you have one fear thought, your body has a physiological response. And then, of course, it starts
mindset.
It does.
Absolutely.
It suppresses, and that will suppress the immune system. That will affect your hormones. That will affect, your digestive system. So it really is, as we said, it's your thoughts, it's, your emotions.
Everything starts in the mind. It's all energy, and everything starts in the mind.
That's the thing.
And the body just follows.
Exactly. Yes. So for people that don't know too much about it, because obviously we both know, but there's a lot of people that don't. Tell me a little bit more about the emotion code and the body code, and just what it's all about and how it can sort of support people, whether they're a meter away from you or whether they're across the world.
Well, because it's energy healing, there are no boundaries when you work energetically. So because of that, I'm able to help people from all over the world. You don't have to be in front of me. We can work by proxy, just by tuning into that subconscious part of you where all this information is held.
Yes.
And by releasing this energetically, it causes a shift in your energy field, which causes a change in your physical. It affects your mental, emotional, and physical bodies as a whole. Yeah. And so, I came across this work pretty late in life. I was always in the medical field. And it was during a time that I was dealing with some depression myself. And this started manifesting in a lot of physical issues. My body was literally breaking down, and I didn't understand what was going on. So when I found this energy healing modality, it just all seemed to make sense. It was like the missing piece to a puzzle that I had always been looking for. And so I started shifting my mindset, because I was in such a negative mindset, and that was affecting my body literally. Yeah. And so when I started making that change, things just started to change physically. I was drawn to Donna Eden was the very first person, Louise Hayes, and then the works of Abraham Hicks. So a lot of it also has to do with laws of attraction, and it's all having to do with working with the heart, really, because that's where a lot of us have these blocks. The heart is really our center of creativity and everything. So if we get that heart happy, it can open up so much in our life.
True.
And so not only do I work with women, but men as well as animals. They're all energetic beings as well. So I do a lot of animal work as well.
That's right. Yeah. Actually, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. And I know when I was doing sort of the emotion code, same thing. It was like, animals actually have really good, quick responses because, as we said, they're not attached to the outcome. They're not trying to control it.
They have no egos. No, there's nothing. Right. Exactly. They're very open to healing. They really are. It's amazing.
Oh, it is. And so just on that, I guess, tell me a little bit about some of those success stories for you that really stand out, and maybe an animal one, maybe a female and male one.
Yeah. I mean, success, it can be measured in many different ways. For some people, they have had really miraculous shifts that happen fast. And I think, healing it's all divine time. It's all divine timing for healing to take place. It's not something that you rush. It's something that when your subconscious is ready to reveal it, then you can heal it.
Yes.
I had a woman that I work with that had a lot of childhood trauma in her, in her childhood, and she was having trouble in her marriage and moving forward. And she started gaining a lot of weight, which was just her body trying to protect herself. And so when we worked through all of that trauma, releasing all the, the emotions, everything that she was holding on to, her life changed. She lost a ton of weight. She had self-esteem, self-confidence. She was open. Her heart was open, and she was able to move forward from that. And then I have people that just say they have more clarity. Things that triggered them in the past no longer triggered them. Like they feel lighter. They explain it is what I get. I can't explain it. I just feel different.
Yes.
And because my energy is changing, it's also affecting the people around me. Like it has a ripple effect. Like my family is noticing that something's different about me.
Yes.
And that has an effect, a ripple, like a domino effect on all those around you. So yeah, so it helps everyone. And then like you said, when we work with releasing inherited stuff, not only is it helping, it's healing you, but it's healing your ancestors, even if they have passed, you're breaking that cycle.
Yes.
So it's pretty profound.
Yeah, no, it really
and people
is.
just report that they feel better,
Yeah. And as you said, sometimes, it can be more subtle. It could just be that they can't even really necessarily say exactly what it is, but they just know something's different. And then, as you said, it's that whole ripple effect, like people start to notice. And also it's not always pleasant because sometimes, your boundaries, and it can shift things in your life. So people might leave your life, new people might come in, you might lose a job, or you might, things can happen, but it's like just
I usually tell my clients that. Yes, I tell my clients, I said, it can be very difficult and it's going to shake things up, but that's what's supposed to happen. It's going to shake things up so that you can look at it, step outside and look at what's going on, and you're able to move past that. So yes, I have people where marriages have dissolved, friends have fallen away, and it's just a part of the evolution. It's a part of growth. So
that's the thing.
And it's all in your best divine.
And I was going to say, and I really believe at this point in time, we've all sort of signed up in a way to do the work. Like we're doing the heavy work for generations that are past and even generations to come. Like I think a lot of us, it's on our heart to really dig deep, clear what's in the way, clear these blocks, clear these heavy, dense negative energies that have been there for so long, and I love that there's more and more healers out there that are aware of, working energetically and aware of working on emotions. And because as we know, you can't just be working on the physical. There's no way, like, it's just not enough this day and age. Like it's just, it'll give you maybe potentially a short-term shift, but then it's also appreciating
it's like pulling a weed, right? If you just pluck the top, you don't get to the root, it's just going to come back.
Exactly.
So you have to really get down in there and get that root.
Exactly. And really sort of, nourish the soil and tend to the soil. Otherwise, it won't be a beautiful crop, which it could potentially be, and as we know, that little, and I had another guest, Veronica, we were talking about that. Sometimes it is, it's that struggle, it's that kind of, abrasive, rubbing, struggling that can really help with the transformation where you're ultimately meant to be, that, that growth, that expansion there. So, I love this. And I could talk about this all day, couldn't you? It's just amazing. And, and I know that obviously, as you said, you've been able to be part of so many people's healing journeys and for people to, continue to be able to work with you in that fashion too. So it's beautiful. But tell me, have you got a little go-to tool or technique or process or something that you can share with our viewers today? Something that's really helped you?
Gosh, I have so many, but my number one is meditation. I mean, you have to disconnect in order to connect, to come back to you, to the essence of you. And, that's where all the answers lie. That's where healing takes place. Because if you can just cultivate that space and disconnect from the outside and just tune in to what your body is trying to tell you, then that's where the magic happens. That's my go-to tool is meditate. Make it a habit, which a lot of people say, I can't meditate. It's hard. My mind wanders. It takes practice, just like learning an instrument. You can't just pick up the instrument once and expect to be an expert. So it takes time, but it's just so worth it, you know. And then essential oils, I love to work with essential oils.
Yes.
So they have their own vibrations. So if I'm feeling like I need a pick-me-up, then I'll diffuse like citrus oils. If I feel I need to, you know, calm, then I'll do some lavender. So connecting with nature. I mean, because I work inside, I have to get outside every day. I need that. It's like I yearn for that connection. So, you know, go take a walk. You know, if you live by the beach, go to the beach, go to the mountains.
Yes.
There's no better connection than connecting to nature, you know.
100%.
So
yeah, no, you're right.
Raise my vibration and keep me in that high vibration.
Yes.
Music, listening to, I love like shamanic drumming, you know, Celtic music. It's just, it kind of brings me home, you know.
It
and
does.
So those are all I go to.
You know, I love that. And you're right. And I'm very similar with you in that regard. Yeah, I mean, I love meditation, but you're right. So many people be like, oh, I tried that once and I couldn't concentrate. As you said, it's not a one-time set and forget. It's like going to the gym.
Exactly.
I always say that you don't go to the gym once and have a tone fit body for life. It's something that you have to consistently do for the rest of your life.
It's maintenance. And that's what I feel that energy healing is maintenance. You know, it's like you bring your car in for an oil change, a tune-up. You can't expect it to run forever. So the same thing with our bodies. We have to, you know, take care of our energy body before things start to break down.
Exactly.
And so that's it's a big part.
Yeah, no, I love that you mentioned that, because you're right. I think sometimes people are so hesitant to invest in their health, and they kind of think, oh, I don't know if I, you know, like, because they might
don't have the time.
Yeah, exactly. Or they'll say, oh, you know, but then you're right. They'll go and spend a fortune on getting their car serviced or getting all these, you know, the car fitted out. And you're like, at the end of the day, isn't your own vehicle, your own vessel really more important than a car that
you only have one? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah,
I know.
It's an investment in yourself, in your health.
It is.
You know, going back to balance.
And you're right. And I think the importance of grounding is just so key. You know, it's really just, as you said, whether it's just walking on the dirt, walking on grass, you know, going and sitting on the sand, watching the sea.
Breathing in fresh air. Absolutely.
And getting some, you know, some sunlight. You know, they keep saying, I mean, so many of us are scared of the sun because they were like, oh, it's aging and you'll get skin cancer, this, that, and the other.
Right.
And it's like, but hang on a sec, we need it. Like, you know, they're finding that now with this pandemic. Vitamin D is so crucial.
Vitamin D is essential. Absolutely.
So, and it's all well and good to take a vitamin D supplement. I do that. But if you can get it from the sun, because people don't realize it's like, and it's your kidneys and your liver that's actually activating it as well. It's not just a case of, oh, you know, I'm sitting out here, I'm getting it on my skin. It's like there's, you know, the body's amazing in using what it needs and alchemizing it and things like that. Absolutely. But so I know. So anyway, no, thank you so much for your time today. I've loved chatting. So is there anything else on your heart that you'd like to share today? Could be anything.
Honestly, you know, we have to really learn how to love ourselves. And that's, you know, I'm a work in progress, and to be able to put yourself first, you know, it's like, as a light worker, always there, you know, jumping to help the next person. But it's like, what about me? What about you? You need to, you know, help yourself in order for you to help others. You can't start off with a glass that's half full. So it really is about, you know, awareness, working with yourself, and just living in a state of gratitude and appreciation, because that just opens the doors to more things in your life.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, gratitude is such a high vibration, and it feels good, doesn't it? It's like, you know, So
think about all the good things, you know. So I always tell people, if there's only one good thing that's happening in your life, you know, and 5 bad things, focus on the one good thing, because that's going to open doors. And that's where the laws of attraction come in. And that's just so powerful.
It really is.
You know, the thoughts that you think are going to attract more of that. So what are you going to think about?
Exactly. Right? No, I love that. I love that. As you said, you're so multifaceted like me. As we said, we're bringing all these like universal laws and everything into it, because you can't really discount any of it. It's also important and also valuable. And I love also, as you said, it's not just go and have a one little energy healing session. Everything will be fixed and everything will be rosy. As you said, we're all a work in progress.
Yes.
But how beautiful is it that we've got such great tools at our fingertips?
It's a process.
It is.
Yes. And it is. I mean, my son right now is in the Middle East, and I do energy work with him on a daily basis, and it really has helped him stay focused and sane. He says, Mom, you're keeping me sane, because I don't know how I would be able to make it through in the environment that I'm in. And he's very sensitive. So I'm just so grateful that I have this tool that I can help him from a distance.
Yes.
You know, and help him kind of stay grounded.
Yeah, no, I love that. So, and as you said, that's the beauty of energy work, isn't it? That it doesn't matter. They can be on the other side of the world. They can be thousands and thousands of miles.
There are no barriers.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, that's beautiful. So also I'll have your links there in the description so people can follow up with you if they, you know, drawn to work with you. Because I know, as we said, that, you know, you do work with people all around the world. You work with animals, you work with, you know, men, women, everyone. So thank you for your time.
Children.
Yeah. I'll definitely, as I said,
Thank you for having me.
No, that's all right. It's been lovely to connect. And as I said, keep doing your amazing work in the world. It's so needed. And, you know, as we said, it's not always easy. We all have things that arise for us, but, you know, it's just knowing and trusting that in divine timing, as you said, knowing that. And there's one more thing I just want to touch on, which is coming through. It's all around, you know, how you have the healing angels for you. It's like knowing that, you know, you're not alone. You've got support physically, but also on the other side.
Yes.
You know, like, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's how I start my sessions. You know, I connect and I call in the angels that are going to assist in the session. And, you know, that's really where this information comes from. It's like, you have to ask for help. They're always there. And so, you know, the angelic realm, I've always been, you know, fascinated by that, and always had this connection to them.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Yeah, no, it was just the coming through. I was just about to sort of say bye, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but hang on, we're just going to touch on the angels and the support, and, you know, so and of course, as you said, it's beautiful. I know. So anyway, no, thank you so much. And as I said, I'll have your information. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, sounds good. Thank you, Belinda. It's been wonderful.
Yes, it's been.
Have a great day.
You too. Lots of love. Bye.
Thank you.